How do you make your video avatar look so real, Anik? Every day I get the same question. How did you get your AI voice to sound exactly like you? I get that question at least 10 times a day. And let me tell you something. You're asking the wrong question. Because after months and months of testing, I learned this the hard way. You ready? The avatar doesn't matter. The voice doesn't matter. What matters, the only thing that matters, is the content itself. The topic, the structure, the way it's written, that's what drives virality. That's what gets me 34 million views a month across 6 platforms. Actually, that's just from one of the platforms. Think about that. That's 1 million+ views a day, all thanks to my AI. And here's the kicker. I barely spend 10 to 15 minutes a week on it. I run the entire machine with a team of just 2 people. One of them is part-time. How? Well, because I use a system, a 5-step system that turns content into predictable virality. And today I'm going to break that system down for you. I'll show you exactly how I used to run it, the old messy way, because, well, my old ways suck. And I'll show you how I run it now, how I've automated everything today so I can post different content across all 6 different platforms. And by the way, our content is blowing up on every single platform. Okay, let's dive in. Number 1, YouTube. When I first started on YouTube, my long form videos were pulling in maybe 2,000 to 5,000 views each. Not terrible, but not impressive at all, and honestly, a little embarrassing. Now, especially when you take into account that a lot of that traffic was coming from my big email list I was mailing. It wasn't even organic YouTube. So then I took a 2-year break from YouTube, and when I relaunched, you'd think I'd come back stronger, but it got worse, way worse. We dropped to like 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. Well, I wasn't going to accept these crappy results, so we took charge. We researched for weeks, we learned, we tested, we applied, and in the end, we flipped the system upside down. And this new strategy I'm going to reveal today is what we came up with. And by applying this new strategy, check out what happened. After releasing our first video, we did 75,000 views. No email list, no paid traffic, all fully organic. That's literally 35 times the results we were getting week over week from just a little flip in the system. And didn't stop there. Out of the next 12 videos we posted, 9 of them crossed 10,000+ views. That's when I realized our new system wasn't just some random win anymore. This was a predictable virality system, something I don't think anyone has unlocked, at least not anyone I know. So now with Reels, it was a little bit different. So number 2, Reels. See, at first, my Reels were blowing up. I was getting millions of views, but here's the truth. Those numbers didn't mean anything. The content was random. One day I roasted Android users, sorry. The next day I reviewed heated toilet seats. Funny? Sure. Viral? But those viewers didn't care about my AI or business content. They didn't convert into a single thing. So I pivoted. I repositioned my short form to focus on AI, business, marketing. The view counts aren't in the millions now, but the audience is the right audience. They follow because they want the kind of content I create. And in the end, that's all that matters. Then we took the same strategy and applied it to Facebook. So number 3, Facebook. A few months ago, I had about 50,000 followers on Facebook. Fast forward today, 3 months of consistent content creation, and at this moment, that number has jumped to over 124,000. Now, it didn't stop there. So next, LinkedIn. Yep, LinkedIn blew up as well, but quite differently. See, my LinkedIn used to be dead. I'm talking 100 impressions a day at max. Now we're averaging 5,000 impressions a day. That's a 50x increase. And again, it wasn't random. It was our framework executed consistently. Oh, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this using a software that we're about to launch called UgenticIQ. Anyways, more about that later. But here's what I wanted to share with you. Whether it's YouTube, Reels, Facebook, LinkedIn, the results are clear. Random posting doesn't scale. A repeatable system does, and that's what I want to show you next. Part 2, the 5-step viral content system. All right, look, none of those results happened by accident. They happened because I stopped posting randomly and started posting using this 5-step viral content framework. Here it is. Ready? Step number 1, topic selection. Step number 2, research. Step number 3, content outline. Step number 4, AI draft. And the final, step number 5, human edit. All right, simple, but powerful. And here's the key. 60% of the virality comes from just the first 2 steps, topic selection and research. Get those right, and the rest almost takes care of itself. But the way you do research and pick topics, it's going to change by platform, okay? So let's break it down. Step number 1, topic selection. YouTube long form. All right, YouTube is a game of what we call outliers. Now, an outlier is a video that has surpassed a channel's usual performance. It's receiving more views by a lot than the usual. So let's say a channel gets about 10,000 views and suddenly one of them pops off and the video gets 150,000 views. That's an outlier of 15x. That's your signal. Those topics pull way more attention than the average. To see outliers on YouTube, all you have to do is download this free Video IQ Chrome extension on your browser, and you're gonna be able to see the video outliers on any YouTube channel. Okay, so for Reels and Shorts, see, short form, that's about spikes. If most clips do 10K and one suddenly does 100K, that's a viral candidate. It's an outlier. The spike says that the market liked it. So you need to double down on those. All right, now let's pivot to Facebook. Facebook's a little different. So let's say a post gets 500 plus likes. That's good, but the key is it gets a lot of comments. That's what gets pushed heavily, okay? So we call it comment debate. That's what the algorithm loves. I call it discussion energy, and man, does it work. Okay, LinkedIn. LinkedIn favors engagement. So not really the content quality, it's all about how many people engage with your post within the first 60 minutes. Your research here is less about viral hooks and more about making sure you're engaging with other creators and they're engaging back with you. So if we pull this all together, there are different signals across different platforms, but the principles are the same. Look for specific topics that are outliers by at least 10x. Step number 2. Research. Now that we've picked a viral topic, what we need to do next is understand why these topics went viral. See, research is where virality is won or lost, and no one does this. I never used to. The goal is simple. Extract what worked, find what's missing, and create content which has your key insights into that content. This is key. You can't just copy other people's content. The difference is going to be if you can add your own insights. And don't worry, we use AI to add those insights, make it yours, make it unique, all while following the overall formula. Now, here's what I'm hunting for across these platforms. Okay, ready? First, we look for patterns that consistently pull attention. Hooks, pacing, proof. Look for the recurring trends amongst the top viral videos on that topic. There's a reason these videos got a lot of views, and those patterns are the reason. Next, I'm looking for any content gaps that the winners didn't cover, okay? Missed angles, outdated info, shallow demos. This is impossibly hard to do on your own, but with AI, it takes seconds. Lastly, you need to pick an angle that's uniquely yours. Credibility, contrarian thinking, maybe further clarity. All of this sounds like a lot of hard work, but trust me, because of AI, it's not hard at all. All right, here's how to do it. So let's put this on the spot, okay? Let's say the topic is 7 AI skills you need to master in 2025. All right, so ready? First, go to this site, oneof10.com, and set up these filters, okay? Have a minimum outlier of 3x, and the video should be within the last 12 months. Now, search for the topic on one of 10. Once you've picked a topic, find 5 to 6 videos on that topic with the best outliers. Go through the videos yourself and figure out which ones resonate with you, your brand, your voice, your beliefs. Next, transcribe those videos with a single tool called TurboScribe, one of the most accurate transcription tools I've ever used. Now next, I want you to create a project on Claude, okay? And upload all of those transcripts into that knowledge base on Claude. You're gonna start a new chat on Claude and give it the following prompt. There's 5 transcripts in the project knowledge base. They have done really well on YouTube. I want you to analyze all those videos, tell me why these videos did so well. Here's a few things I want you to analyze, in particular amongst other things. Skills most commonly used in all the videos, hooks, why they worked, main points and key arguments each video makes, supporting evidence, examples, and data they use, unique angles or perspectives each creator takes, structure and flow of all the videos, key audience engagement points the creator uses throughout the video. Also, suggest some differentiation opportunities that other creators failed to capitalize on. The key is to understand the 7 skills most commonly used in all the videos. They're proven to work. So now, out of the 7 skills you choose to make a video on, make sure that at least 3 to 4, especially the first 3 to 4 skills you cover, are the ones that were most commonly used in all the videos that you did research. Why? Because they work. They were getting people's attention, okay? Now, for the remainder, add your own unique creativity and insights. Now, this part alone took me months to dial in, and my old way was messy. Effective, but messy. I had to use multiple tools. I had to rely on the limitations of Claude's knowledge base. So yes, it worked, but it's not how I'm doing it moving forward. I have a new way that I'll reveal in a moment, and it makes this step easy. All right, very easy. So give me a few minutes, and at the end, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing it today. All right, step number 3, content outline. Now you need to analyze the research itself. Pick the 7 AI skills you want to make a video around, and using voice on your phone, just brain dump your thoughts and insights in about each of those 7 skills, okay? Also, give it a hook, give it a marketing angle you want on your video. See, once I've done my research and added my unique take on the topic, right, thanks to AI, all I need to do is now create the outline. So here are some key inputs and rules to follow when creating your outline. Number 1, write the hook yourself. Don't ask AI to write it from scratch. Sorry, gotta do some work. Number 2, share the 7 skills you want in the video, and make sure the first 3 or 4 are the ones that were repeated. Number 3, give AI a video structure and basic things you want it to follow. For example, if you want a real world example in each script, ask AI for it, okay? Don't assume anything, give it as much information as you possibly can. Now give the video a time limit. My videos are usually 12 to 15 minutes, so I tell AI to keep the outline restricted to that. Number 5, ask AI not to create false narratives, false personal stories, or facts that are 100% not accurate. So if it's mentioning facts, ask for the sources so that you can double check them yourself. Sorry, you still have to do that with AI these days. By the way, all of the above, use those rules inside your prompt. Now here's the thing. I've already painfully trained my AI system. It took me forever. I've used so much of my content on how to write hooks, my voice, and how I structure my scripts. It's very important that the AI scripts and outlines are in your unique voice, right? And they follow your content flow. Now, I did this inside of UgenticIQ. This used to be really difficult before I built UgenticIQ. And now it's gotten pretty damn easy, and it's become very accurate. So when you use my new system, using UgenticIQ, you're going to make it easy on yourself as well. I mean, very easy. So UgenticIQ, what it does is it literally creates a digital version of you, writes, structures content, and does everything in your unique voice, but also not just your voice. See, it knows how you think, it knows your content, it knows you. So once you give it the prompt, it creates the whole outline, and that prompt, it took me forever to create, by the way, but we've trained it within the UgenticIQ system. It's already there. So all the hard work I did for months can now be yours very soon if you take us up on the trial. Next, step number 4, AI draft. Once I have the outline ready, I just share the outline and I ask AI to write in my voice. Again, I just have a different agent inside of UgenticIQ which writes all my scripts, trained over months and months of testing and refining, and now it works in just a matter of seconds, all in my voice and with my unique knowledge. Why? Because like I said, inside of UgenticIQ, we've trained agents to write in my voice with my knowledge. So since we've come this far using Claude, I'll tell you what the Claude prompt is. Let me give that to you, but just remember, I prefer you use UgenticIQ, it's better. So here's the prompt. Here's a final outline of my script. Insert your outline. Using this, write the final script in my voice. The video is 12 minutes long, so keep the word count between 1,500 to 1,700 words. Here's some rules. Only use content written inside this outline. Don't make up new stats or stories. Write the complete script in my voice. Don't hallucinate. There you go. Now, if it works properly, Claude will give you a fully written script written in your voice. Hopefully. Again, much better with UgenticIQ. All right, next, step number 5, the final step, final human edit. Yeah, we still need humans, I'm sorry. See, once we have the final script, the human needs to edit it. AI will handle 80% of the heavy lifting, the structure, the flow, the draft copy. It's pretty fast. But you need to 100% make sure that the final script has checked, okay? You just do. The final human passes that 20% to make sure everything's right. That's why people connect, by the way. Remember, it's not because AI did it. You got to get that human authentic element there. With UgenticIQ, we are eliminating that slowly, but it's still there. So before you start editing the final script, here's something I do that improves the quality of my scripts by 10x. It's going to blow your mind. So that's right. I'm actually using AI now too. Again, I ask AI to analyze my script. I know it's crazy. See, this is the key. That's when you're going to take your video to the next level. This next tip I'm giving you super advanced. Here's what I do. I take that script, copy paste it into Claude. I ask it to rate my script for compliance, information, flow, and facts. Claude gives me a rating. Write it down, but don't make any changes just yet, okay? Ready? Now, same rinse and repeat. I go to ChatGPT and I ask it to analyze my script as well and rate it out of 10. Now, once you have feedback from both Claude and ChatGPT, start making the final edits. Both AIs are trained differently, and that's why it's so important to get at least 2 perspectives before you finalize. Look, the system is awesome. I'm telling you, this works. It's how I'm getting 34 million views every single month across multiple social media. But here's the bigger picture. 2 or 3 years ago, my content was all over the place. Funny reels, random topics, and the audience I built didn't care anything about my business. My company was growing, my revenue was increasing, but social media was kind of useless. It was just something I was doing for fun. Now, every piece of content I put out is aligned with AI, business, marketing, and that shift is building me into a recognized voice in the AI space. When people think about AI, my name comes up, and that authority compounds every month. Our internal goal right now is to hit 100 million views per month across all the platforms. And you know what? We're fast on our track. We're at 34 million, and our goal for this period was 1 million. We're 34x our goal. Look at some of these promotional posts. 30 to 50% of the comments are qualified leads. That's a free lead flow. That's how I fill events and webinars and funnels straight from my social media. And because I also own UgenticIQ now, the effect multiplies, because the stronger my brand becomes in AI, the more my company grows. It's not just about views anymore. It's about positioning, leadership. It's about exponential brand growth in one of the fastest moving industries in the world. But here's the truth. Everything I just showed you will take multiple tools. It'll take you a team, a lot of process management. It works, but it's messy. I told you that from the get-go. That's exactly why I'm building UgenticIQ, to make all of this happen inside one platform. It's the world's first platform that creates a digital version of you, your knowledge, your style, your voice. No more bouncing between AI tools like Claude and Poppy and ChatGPT and Perplexity and Gemini and Grok. No more retraining AI every time you shift your content strategy. With UgenticIQ, your avatar already knows you, your voice, and your knowledge. That's how I scale omnipresence across 6 platforms with just 2 people on my team. I spend 10 to 15 minutes a week, and you know what? One of those people is part-time. So if you want to see me actually put this in motion, I'm going to turn things over to my team, okay? Give us a minute. And what we're going to do is show you a live demo of us using UgenticIQ and this 5-step framework. So here we go. Let's see how easy it is. All right, team, take it away.
Welcome to UgenticIQ, and get ready to meet Anik's digital self. Here from the dashboard, we can see that Anik has already created his digital self that has a professional and analytical tone based on the content you can see on the right that he's already uploaded. And when you create your own digital self, you can dive right into some of these agents that we featured, or you can go into the marketplace and you can select some agents of your own. There's a huge variety that create contents of all types, and to add them to your library, all you have to do is click Use Template, review some of the template rules. If you want, you can give it a name, click Create Agent, and now it's available for you to use. An important part of an effective agent, of course, is training it with a knowledge base that contains your best content. So here we're looking at Anik's knowledge base, which already contains some great examples of high-performing content that he feels really represent the best of the content that he's created. Using those knowledge bases and matching them to agents for specific content types is going to give you the best results. Let's see what that looks like if I create a LinkedIn post. So every agent comes with a little wizard that helps coach you on how to get the best out of that agent. So I just entered a prompt. I want this post to teach people. I'm going to ask them to follow and repost at the end. I'm going to stick with my default tone for now. I'm going to write a long post. And finally, I'm not going to provide an outline, though I can always do that if I have a really specific idea of what the content should look like. But for now, I'm just going to complete the setup. Great, let's see the results. So we began with a compelling LinkedIn post about 5 AI tools that replaced $100,000 worth of tasks in the business. And it definitely has Anik's tone, which is casual and compelling, as well as professional. So as the post promises, you're going to hear about some specific practices, and they are presented in a bulleted list, leading to a good wrap-up, focus on one tool that addresses your biggest pain points. I want to note, as we're scrolling past this fantastic content with specific examples of business impact, These are real examples that come from content that Anik has already posted. So no hallucinations here. You're going to be extracting the best from content you've presented in other formats. So this is all 100% real content. The beauty of it is it's been formatted and the tone is exactly what you want for a professional LinkedIn post. So all you have to do now is copy it and post it, and you can check that off your list for the day. Just out of interest, let's compare that to content that we're going to prepare for Facebook. So this, of course, Facebook is different in the type of content that you might prepare. I'm going to share a story. So we're not in the professional bullet point space anymore. I'm going to invite people to comment, see what they think of my story. Same thing, stick with the same tone. And again, I'm just going to let it do its magic. I'm not going to provide a specific content outline. Let's see the difference in Facebook post trained on a Facebook model. So we still have some examples of bullet points, but the tone is definitely more informal and it's more storytelling. So it's starting with nightmare scenario, the FTC nightmare that forced Anik to rebuild part of his business. So now in a narrative form, he's breaking down what happened and now saying that the game has completely changed. So we're still talking about those beneficial AI tools, but it's now been rewritten to be more of a personal, relatable story. And finally, it ends with that call to action, comment X below to get our internal AI playbook. So I hope that's shown how with just a few pieces of your best content, using these different purpose-built agents, you can create beautiful, effective content so easily. So why not leave your work to your UgenticIQ agents and use your day to do more things?
So what do you think? Come on, wasn't that awesome? Well, okay, here's the next thing that you need to do. Mark your calendar. You see that big join the alert list below? Do it! We're gonna be launching the 14-day free trial for UgenticIQ very, very soon. Please take us up on it. You're gonna be blown away. It comes with ridiculous bonuses, a 5-day live challenge to help you apply, implement, and actually take action and get your agents live. You're gonna love it. Come join us, and it's free. It's gonna be free for 14 days. All right? I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you when UgenticIQ launches. Thank you for your time and attention here. Please share this with other friends who you feel could use this inspiration and you know, we're looking to go viral. And with that said, this is Anik Singal reminding you when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. See you in the next one. How do you make your video avatar look so real, Anik? Every day I get the same question. How did you get your AI voice to sound exactly like you? I get that question at least 10 times a day. And let me tell you something. You're asking the wrong question. Because after months and months of testing, I learned this the hard way. You ready? The avatar doesn't matter. The voice doesn't matter. What matters, the only thing that matters, is the content itself. The topic, the structure, the way it's written, that's what drives virality. That's what gets me 34 million views a month across 6 platforms. Actually, that's just from one of them.